Hello, this is Michael from Blue Gem Tarot. Today's episode pick card reading is going to be called What You Urgently Need to Know. This reading will find you in the most needed situation, regardless of the circumstances or the time in which you find this reading. And especially if it resonates, it's about you and you find yourself resonating throughout the whole reading, or in some sections of it. It could be that you have scattered messages in it as well. This reading is going to be very flexible in its universality. I thought so it would be nice to have what do you need to know, and urgently meaning that it's something that you most definitely shouldn't miss out on. And I especially love the fact that I could employ such a tactic that it would help you all in this specific way, shape, or form. So also, I've had one thought that I was afraid to have my readings be repetitive. Please, however, understand that the topics, how they might be indeed a bit repetitive. My aim is for people to be choosing the topic, even if it is repetitive. You don't know what you can find into the reading. It could be something I can talk about, or I could mention that's completely off topic that you should know or you should hear about. And I aim for that. I aim for the golden nuggets in the golden nuggets of insight. Basically, it's a funny way to say it, but still, um, everything I do, I want it to actualize, improve, evolve, and help you out, guide you in a situation or in situations in general, so that you can feel inspired, so that you can feel like you have managed to understand something, or I can trigger some sort of change in my readings if I could or if I can. So the intention is there. I hope I can most efficiently provide that for you, and I'm very excited about this. So it's every reading is some sort of an opportunity to connect to you, to help you and discover new ways and ramifications in the purpose of assisting you in the best possible way I can, and with the best, or with the readily available means of achieving that. So the rest is my attempts to make it happen. Even though the topics could be the same at times, or I could be delving into stuff that, just be selective about it. And if you don't agree with something that's on the reading, then please don't take it. I don't urge you to take it if it's not meant for you, or if it's something that you strongly disagree with. If you disagree with something, you could question it. We could work on that, but if you're not even open to that possibility, that's completely fine. I know it because sometimes I also am not ready to hear something, and it could be so far out there that, I should be stumbling across that message maybe later on when I'm ready, when I am having the predisposition for it. So I'm gonna be saying ahead of the time that even if you find the disagreements into the reading, and if you decide to write to me, um, you could do that, but the intention is for your help. If you don't want my help, if you don't want my readings or my messages, I am not gonna be upset. I am trying to understand you, I'm trying to hold space for you, and I'm trying to help, and I'm trying to express my love to everyone I can, and in the best ways I can, even if it means no connection, no interaction, and no messages or no tarot channel for you from my side. I respect that, and I love it that you choose yourself. I love it that you choose um, self-love, even if it means not watching me. That's completely fine. I want the best for you, and I wanted the best for my people, and thank you so much. I will never grow tired of saying this, but thank you, thank you, thank you so much for the ones who defend me, and for the ones who support my mission, my channel. You have no idea, the impact that you have on me, because I will not forget um, the moments when I was so deep into like I was very ignorant about my gifts and also very ignorant about my worth. I'm working on that. But I will never forget when I read the comments and I realized in a very real form the impact that I could have and I have on people merely by setting the proper and the most beautiful intention I can. So it was quite a surprise to me. It was something that was very dearly um, and beautifully affecting me in the best way possible. It's like it's not even like it's beyond the views, it's beyond the subscription, it's beyond the analytics and the ups and downs of the charts, whatever. It's beyond that. I appreciate those, but the best feeling in the world it's when you go to sleep and you can understand that you have managed to create a foundation once again for the help and for the people that I love and for the impact I could have on them, and especially like and of course the positive one. Yeah, it's that thing that makes you happy. Like it's I see you as I don't even know how to explain it. It's like I see you as like a part of me, and I see you as not even like a part of me because I don't want to make it sound as though, whatever. Like I don't want it to be misunderstood, but I see as your best interests as being a part of mine. And if I could brighten your day, then that's something I am very happy about. And it's the happiness that provides, basically. That is the most beautiful and most fulfilling thing I can see and experience, and it's a great honor. It's a great honor to read to you. The longest introduction ever, I think, but it's okay. The right ones will listen and the right ones will understand. Okay, now for the topic, the speech was so long I don't even understand if I mentioned it, but still. The selections are three piles as usual. We have the first pile with a golden leaf. It's basically an earring. Second pile with a pearly leaf earring, and third pile with it's actually a Greek vase. It's actually a pendant with incense, but it also resembles a tooth, basically. So yeah, whichever resonates the most in the present moment, you choose that. You'll be having the timestamps in the comment section and also in the description. The donation links are also both in the description and comments. If you feel like donating, that's completely fine. If you want to do it, if not, that's also completely fine. My readings are non-gender specific. Oh my god, like my readings are, yeah, for every single one of you. It's timeless. Yeah, everything I think it's set up. And as a disclaimer, please, please, please use your own discernment when dealing with your life choices. My readings are not a psychological aid substitute or is not meant for anything else than entertainment purposes only. I say that as a disclaimer because I want it to be out there. Okay. I hope you have a pleasant experience. Let's begin with pile number 1. Welcome to your reading pile number 1. We will start with a central card. This is going to basically dictate the situation. I wanted to say situationship. The energy of the situation or situationship, whatever. Also, this is going to be like a bit of a cornerstone as a description, as an energy identifier for your situation. And we have the puppeteer in reverse with explanations and apologies. It's in reverse. It's fascinating how I pick up on the energy. Urgently, you need to know that you have evaded a very close hit. You have evaded, you have been protected, you have been kept aside from a very nasty, negatively directed at you blow. This could be also manipulation. This could be a plot, literally. Literally, pile number one. This was a plot. I see a plot or a hit or some sort of negativity being consciously, deliberately, and unregrettably directed at you. However, it being in reverse, something happened where it was sabotaged. I feel like this is the case where everything was directed or everything was planned somehow with this card, but it miserably failed. The Puppeteer is a card where someone is trying to manipulate and basically manipulate so well that there is no blind spot. Well, in this case, something miraculous seems to be guarding or seems to have made you evade it in the most graceful way. It could be also that someone verbally tried to somehow um, direct something negative at you and it evaded, or also someone tried to backstab or talk bad things about you so that you would be undermined. Well, this backfired, I want to say. With apologies, however, also in reverse, I want to say someone is having regrets and someone is having very sorrowful regrets about it. Explanations in reverse in here also. I feel like someone would like to use the time machine to go back and to make things right. It's late for that. It's very, very, very irreversible. Something about irreversibility, universality, if that's even a word. That's very much so present in this situation, and I sense in here also exposure. Someone was exposed in this case, and it was exposed in your favor and in their detriment. I feel like this person or this situation or this group was no longer able to, by default, use or to create negative like bombs or mines into your life to such an extent that this person now is exposed and their plot is exposed, everything is exposed, and they are afraid. They are genuinely scared of the exposure of their malicious intent and malicious, egotistical things. Like I see like this eye in the card where it's as if the person was exposed or they were seen in the most dirty actions that they were doing or they were planning on doing. And I feel like this is a whole dimension of exposure. Like that's not even something light. It's something like, when someone writes a diary and would write in that diary something negative or something that they want to do for a very long, like they wanted to do for a very long time. Well, it felt to me like this person, it's as if some sort of a group or someone exposed publicly that diary, and we're analyzing in minute detail every single wrongdoing they were writing there. I see justice in here. I see reestablishment of justice, and I see purity. I see purity reestablished in your account. I see purity and evenly, like it's almost like karma was evenly reestablished in your favor. Um, I also see in here this person being held accountable, and I also use being like, oh my god, I see you being free. Okay, I see you being free. If this is a precipice or something, I can say pile number one is going to experience a level of freedom that they haven't been able to experience for a very long time. And you're going to unlock stuff related to freedom that you never thought you were so used to this manipulation or imprisonment that basically it made you be like trained, and you forgot about your authentic freedom. You forgot about some details of how it is like to be free again. I see this person or this situation group spying on you. I see this being norm in their mind. I see it being like a monitoring process, as it being like the norm of the day. Yeah, this is like horrible. In this case, I want to say this pile was constricted, and constricted psychologically in such ways that you were prevented to grow. This could be also childhood related, or it could be from the deep past in here, but I sensed in here a strong hand. It could be a male, regardless, male, female. If this is, by the way, a female, it feels to me like it's a very graspy, a very strong authority female who has some sort of ramifications in power that were that made it possible, or that permitted them to basically somehow influence you. Like they had some sort of ramification of power that was, everything is being thrown out the window right now. However, it's like a spiritual cleansing that I'm seeing with this pile, and a precipice for freedom, a precipice of being completely free. It's like almost like what's about to unfold. It's something related to liberation and reestablishment of your own purity. This will feel like a fresh breath of air. This will feel like a reckoning of sorts. This will feel like justice being served, basically. This will feel like I can't believe I'm free. Okay. Uh, and also, this will have repercussions on the people that were deliberately, maliciously trying to intervene and basically change the course of your life, but it's accommodation of the course of your life, but in their favor. Now, let me tell you something. Every single thing that was directed at you in the idea of selfishness, everything that was directed at you in the idea of let's harm them, or not even harm them, let's like I can channel the message. It's not about even harm, it's about selfish, like every appropriation of commodity, um commodity, I don't think that's the proper word. Every appropriation of, or the attempts of making it so that by your means they are comfortable, everything is now being ruthlessly punished. Every single shred of comfort that they traded from you, every single shred of comfort that they tried to rip away and to steal away from you, now is being ripped from them. This is literally the case where you reap what you sow. And my god, this pile feels somehow, even like somehow unrelated. Like you will have a situation or a link in here with situations where you're going to be seemingly seeing people suffering. You're even going to feel pity for them, but you will be able to do nothing about it, because what they did was on their account, on their conscience, and therefore you don't even have the right to pity them, or you don't even have like the right to intervene and soften the situation with your pity. That's not going to be allowed to make it like, that's not going to be allowed in your case. Like pile number one, you should know that. You should know that there are accounts of karma in this case, like what I'm reading, and I see a link between their like fate and their actions. And everything that panned out, it pans out like a law. It pans out like a universal, undeniable law that's being deployed to them. And it would seem as though, you know, you could change it, or maybe it would seem as though, you know, something that you could be intervening. It will happen regardless of whether you're present there or not in their life. They pay and they reap. They reap everything that's there. And regardless of whether you'll have this person or not in your life, or you're having this person or not in your life, or if you'll hear or not, this person will continue on with their accounts of like debts and stuff that are going to be transferred and that are going to be cleansed with their like um, issues and stuff that don't intervene. Just like an advice in here, purify, find your innocence, find your liberation in here, find your own things to care about, and be kind to yourself, be kind to everything around you, but have this attitude that the person, their actions, everything, like I want to say everything in this case, everything counts. Every single thought, every single crumb of reaction, thought, thing, or as an imprint is being recorded somehow and is being directed, is being redirected back at them. And even if this pile will have the kindness to want to intervene in a most like constructive way, you can't do that. You cannot, and you won't be allowed, because that has to happen from within, for that person, for that circumstance, for that group of people. If it's not gonna happen individually on a soul core deep level within them, it will not be triggered from inside. There will be no use in sorting things out, basically, or you trying to even do something. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna have the effect, but you won't even be permitted. Trust me, this pile, you have to treat everything in life, and especially this situation, as an in and out situation, as a thing you have to go through and forget about it, go through it, pass through it, and not even try to intervene. Like, care about yourself for now. That's literally the advice in here. Like, mind you, I only channel from one card, but this is very strong as a message in here. And you will have it will pay, like not from that person, maybe even from that person, but everything will come back, like the freedom, everything that was taken from you. My god, you don't even know how it will find you back. It's like literally, my god, I cannot believe, like, you know how this looks as a metaphor. Imagine, I don't even know what to imagine. Okay. Imagine like what was taken from you as like a ball of frozen water energy, you know? It's as if this person froze that sphere of energy that's in the form of symbolic water in here. It could also relate to emotions. That this person held on restrictively to themselves, or this group held to themselves. And what I want you to imagine and to understand that I'm reading in here, I see this person no longer having the force or no longer having the resource to keep this ball of energy of water frozen and intact. I see like a spring type of energy is followed by summer, where it's like a warming up, and this person is like gradually not being able to hold that sphere of water that's frozen, and it's basically dissolving. It's starting to drip. It's starting to like flow, and I see this energy like in crumbs, in the little droplets of water coming back naturally to the, like, I feel like I'm gonna cry right now for some reason. It's like almost like I see the droplets of water from this sphere, like saying, like, I want to go home. Like, I want to go home to my owner. Like, I'm tired of being imprisoned. And I see these droplets of water on an energy and emotion being like coming back to you like a magnet, and it will feel like, let me tell you, it will feel like a build-up effect, meaning that you'll have small, very almost like micro improvements that would, and it will like melt to such an extent that, you know, this ball will crack and everything will be restored. But I want to say, like, the wrongdoings that people did to you, these people relied on this energy, on this sphere of energy, as a crutch. it will feel like they have lost everything, and it will feel like a major crash in their life, because it feels like they have used your energy or your emotions or your life somehow as a way of leaning on you, leaning on your energy, using something of yours for their own benefit. And I want to say, and I want to be very concise about it when I say it was something that was taken from you. It was something that was snatched, okay? And it was snatched not even with an attitude of, you know, I regret taking it. No, it's something that was taken from you with a deliberate act. Like it was something, it could be even purity in here, it could be even like time taken, energy, emotion, money, maybe something else. Also, it could be like something unjust happened where it was taken from you, and now the person is paying. The situation is paying, the circumstances, or the group, or the company, or whatever it is that they're paying right now. My God, do let me know what's going on. I'm very don't want to say intrigued, because that kind of feels off to say in that situation, because this pile feels like they have been like, that feeling when you, for example, don't like a clothing but you have to wear it because you were told to do so, or because you don't have anything else to wear. Well, I feel like this pile wore a clothing piece that was not even like, not only did this clothing piece not match you on like personality level, like you have such a beauty that deserved to be adorned by a more refined like dress or clothing piece or outfit. Like I feel like this person was forced to wear like, like the corsets things. Well, corsets somehow like had the idea of making the person more beautiful, though that's very questionable. But like with the price of the health, that's something I don't agree with. But in this case, it's something like this pile had to wear for a very long time. It could be a status, it could be a relationship, it could be someone occupying your life and you calling that person like, even like someone calling a friend, or something about being like, this person occupies, or this situation, job, company, group of people occupies a place into my life, and it's time to say goodbye. It's a very emotional pile, by the way. And I want to say, this pile will feel pressured by the circumstances, seemingly to, because you think you have to do something. um, Especially this pile, don't intervene violently, okay? Do not intervene violently, just observe and just see how it falls, like see how everything comes back to you, see how everything is rearranging itself in your favor. That doesn't mean you have to be inactive, but that does mean that you have to be observant and to make the most efficient non-reactive actions into your life given the present moment situation. But I see in here you basically being in a situation that's cracking at seams. That's literally the feeling. And I sense like, how I've seen this, like it's very somehow very rudimentary to me. But it's like a very okay, I judge that to the core of my being. I've seen like in my country there are like marketplace spaces, whatever, and I've seen like these flowers being like tied with like a resin like rope, or latex like rope that's keeping the flower closed. I saw that and I thought like, that's kind of cruel. Okay. I know this is out there, like me caring for a plant that's already cut. But let me tell you, it gave me a feeling of, humans can be quite like out there with their tactics of restriction. Okay. For the favor of like, I see this plant, I want to see it closed because I want it to bloom when I want. Okay. Now that is going to define and describe the situation pile number one was in, control, restriction, and I want you to bloom when I want and not when you choose. Okay, this will ring some bells for pile number one because this is from the category where it either resonates or it doesn't. But I want to say cruelty was applied to pile number one, and that cruelty is going to come back at the people and bite them in their back big time. And it will be like a reckoning from A to Z. It will be a reckoning from the crumbs of the thoughts till the actions and the cruelty that was directly and like physically or action related. Yeah, like action related even. You will have like people held accountable for their actions, for their thoughts, for their, yeah, it's all in, you're like coming out of it. You're coming out of shackles, you're coming out of imprisonment, some sort of imprisonment. And here that was, there is imprisonment when I feel like, it's rightfully like the person did something, and they should be it's, I don't even like the idea of punishment, but it's the idea of this person doesn't have to pose a threat, and therefore they have to be restrained in a way. Well, in this context it feels like this pile was restricted for a very long time, and it was something like I don't know specifically why. Maybe like something about you also purifying your karma or you having to go through it for some reason. I do not know. I don't want to go in there like, but because that's not the reading, like that's not what the reading is about. But in this case, I feel like it's time to let it go, and it will fall off. It will fall off by its own weight. I have to make you understand that. That was such a long message, only from one card. I see victory in here, and it will feel like a victory that you didn't even proclaim. I see in here liberation, and I see in here a situation where you seemingly did nothing. Like it will feel crazy, like you'll feel crazy for some reason, in the most fortunate way possible. Yeah, it will feel like, I didn't trigger anything, I didn't start anything, I didn't put anything into motion. Everything kind of happened. Everything kind of came to an end, even though I didn't want to even intervene or I didn't know what to do. You didn't do anything, and it will also come to its resolution by the same way in which it started. It will come to a resolution that you'll say, I don't understand how it even ended, but it kind of ended in my favor. Okay? It will feel like, indirect, like passive bonuses that are going to be given to you. And I see freedom in here. If pile number one felt imprisoned for a very long time and unjustly so, and you felt injustice was all over the place in your life, then I want to say like congratulations, because I feel like, you've suffered enough. Like you suffered enough, and it was not even your suffering that you should have gone through. Okay, without too much going into that, I've had some subdivisions for this reading. Uh, I created the following: difficult situation you don't know answers to. I want to say I'm not feeling drawn to even draw cards to that question, because this pile is safe. This pile doesn't need, somehow you feel safe to me. You feel like as though you don't even need a sort of like an answer, a direct answer, or you don't even have to know the answer, because it will happen, or it's there, it's gonna be notified. I feel like it's gonna come into a mailbox. I don't know. It's gonna be like a decision, or it's gonna come to you in the form of a message, a communication, or it's gonna come to you in mail. Okay? Check your mailbox, check your usual routine with your mailbox. It's gonna come, something is gonna come in the mailbox. My God, and it's gonna be good news, it's gonna be liberating news, it's gonna be like a spotlight of sorts. I don't know. It's gonna feel like I never knew I'd be that free. I never knew that feeling of freedom would be such a sweet one, with the safe passage in here, that's the second subdivision. The safe passage in here, like it's strongly coming through. Um, don't try to panic, or yeah, it's it's not the right way to say it. Don't panic. Don't panic and try to stay calm. In the sense of find spaces in your day to retract and retreat and to find peace and find silence so that you can gather your forces and use the road markers as like the road markers are going to be the circumstances that will tell you what to do and what's the most efficient thing to do. The road markers will guide you and will chart a course that you did not expect but will be in your favor, and will chart a course that will show you what's the most proper and logical and rational thing to do in the present moment given the circumstances or the situation you are in. From the surrounding cards, you've got some very, very like people like trying to be masterminds controlling everything, and this is not neutral, this is not even bad, these are very bad people. I want to say why bad, very bad. These are people who are ready to make you suffer because they want to save their comfort. You don't have to pity these people. They are in a separate category, and they are facing what's rightfully theirs. They are in a category right now where they are being shown what's like to impose that thing. I wanted to say something else on something else, on someone else, I'm sorry. And what's like to impose that thing on someone else. And now look how this is going to be imposed upon yourself. See how it feels like, and maybe you'll empathize more the next time you think about something similar like this. This is not punishment for them, I want to say. This is the natural order of things where the people are being faced with what they have given. They are being faced with what they have been offering long term. It's like, it's from the category of the messages. Exactly how you make your bed, that's exactly the way in which you're going to sleep. In this case, how you treated people, this is going to be how you're going to be treated back. Okay? That's from the same category. Saving grace in this pile is going to be karma. Saving grace is going to be your conscience, by the way. Be self-conscious and be at peace with your conscience. If you have something that is troubling you, if you have something that's bothering, or if it's something that you have on your soul that's burdening you, I suggest you find a way to make peace with it, or you find a way to make it right if that's applicable to you, or if you have something that's bothering you or you want to say something to someone, then go ahead and do that. And also, but don't the lovers in reverse, yeah, don't sabotage yourself, and try to work with your conscience. I'm not, by the way, don't take it wrong, please. I'm not saying you did something, I'm not saying like whatever. If this message applies to you, then go for it. But with Five of Wands and the Lovers in reverse, I see some sort of discomfort here with yourself. I see some sort of discomfort with, I don't know if I did the right thing there. It would help you if you would at least try to express that, maybe with yourself, maybe in a diary, maybe, I don't know, someone out there even uses artificial intelligence for that stuff. Who knows, really? But I see in here almost like not even a warning, but a push towards um, make it or set this as an example, like this pile, see how it impacted them, and try to be uh, like, if this will apply, try to be pure with your conscience. If Please listen if that's not related to your conscience, if that's not the message it should have reached you, then it's not yours. If you don't resonate, don't take it. I feel like this could be even like for one person. I feel like this is an answer to a call or to a question that you have you have created. By the way, this is very much so a pile I would pick, maybe, because I've known and I know people in various refinement stages. Even myself, I'm not ideal. I can I can confidently say I have a lot of things to sort out. I have a lot of things to work on. And I'm very delighted. I can say that to you with a message of find ways to live with conscience, like with a conscience that's like on your side. Because I have seen countless times, even from like the Russian, you have like this. There is like a book written by Dostoevsky about a man who did a crime and how the conscience basically led him to the police. It's in Russian. The people who know this is "преступление и наказание." It's basically, if you will translate it, it's "Crime and Punishment" as a book. If you know this book, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, then this was a story about a person who had like spoilers ahead, by the way. This is a person who had debts to a person, and they did something that made it so that they don't have to pay that anymore, but with a price that was even greater than that pitiful sum of money that they were in debt to. And they felt so much guilt that basically they went themselves to the near police station and confessed everything, because the burden of the crime that they did was, and this is an extreme example, but it's for the example's sake, the crime that they committed was too great of a price that was maddening. And I want to say it in this pile, this is not about you. This is a message of, if you want like more success in your life, or if you want more peace in your life, then work on or evolve or be very attentive to the conscience department. Because if you deep down feel like you did something wrong and you don't deserve something good to happen to you, and you feel the need to say or confess stuff, or this is very little stuff, by the way. Because, for example, look, I want to say it from my side so that you don't feel like this is something like, this is no accusation stuff. I remember the times when I got angry. I remember the times when I chose myself because I didn't have like a greater like containment capacity of my heart or my soul to accommodate someone or to seek to understand the person. I have these limitations, and they are on my conscience. They are heavily there, and I'm trying to like. I didn't know I would like work on that stuff in pile number one, but this is like a very therapeutic pile I would also choose. And the conscience stuff, it's not something you just deal with. It's something that you deal with on the regular basis. Like even right now, I have the list of people who treated me in not the most fun ways, not in the most graceful ways. But what's nagging me, like, I know what they did. That's something else, okay? But I know that I did not, I was not capable of understanding or holding space, or trying to have the maturity to understand them so much that I would basically still distance myself from the, like, let's say, abuse in this case, but still have like a light-hearted attitude, and like an attitude of like, I want to love this person despite the fact that they treated me wrong. I want to love this person, but from the distance, okay? I genuinely don't have that, unfortunately. Like, I'm working on it. I want to work on it. I want to see how it's working. I want to see how I can do that. I want to see how I can love the person who's severely directing something at me. I am distancing myself from that. I'm not allowing abuse in my life because I love myself. But I want to think about this person, and I want to have compassion to them. I want to have kindness to them, and I want them to be helped, even though like I should be distancing myself from them. I want them to flourish. I want the best for them. And I can't say that, okay? I cannot say, I can say that, but I can't feel it, okay? I have this frustration and stuff that's, basically impeding that, moment, that sacred love. I don't know. It's just my duty to constantly refine it, okay? This, like, I want you to see how this message perfectly fits me. Like, work on your conscience, like, work, like, I, for myself, I'm saying, I don't love these people. And the question is why and how can I love them? Okay? How can I prevent the abuse? How I can distance myself so that they don't abuse me, but how can I have, like, in my mind, at the, like, when I go to sleep, I will be asking myself, do I love this person? Do I can I have compassion for them? They should be held accountable, but can I have compassion for them? Can, at least in my mind, can I call myself pure to love them even though they did what they did? Okay, that's something I want to leave you with, because I'm very careful with that sort of messages, that kind of messages, because I know you people, like, we've gone through stuff that's heavy, that's marginally not easy, like, not light, and this is no push or no inkling towards, me forcing you to do something, that, but I wanted to be vulnerable and also share how it applies to me, so that you can understand that this is a message I want you to apply to yourself in the most powerful and sincere way possible, even though it could sound like from, like, a more neutral, like, shadow work type of spectrum, that could drive some people away, and that's completely fine. Okay, I have explained myself enough. Um, your saving grace is your conscience in this case, pile number one. Your saving grace is that same attitude of compassion and kindness that, you have every right to react to anything however you want into your life, but, um, the saving grace in this case is like you being at peace with yourself at the end of the day with what you did or what you didn't do. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much for watching pile number one. I hope you enjoyed the reading. It was the most intense reading ever, in the most fortunate way, to be honest. I want to say it like in the most beautiful way, because it's true. I hope it resonated. I hope you found the answers in here. We have only three cards, and I have been talking like 38 minutes. That's hilarious. And this reading is such an introspective push, because I have counted all the people that I can't stand, and all the people I have to write this down and say, like, how can I love them? How can I compassionately, in my mind, find a way not to justify, but to deem them worthy of love? Like how the sun, like, illuminates everything. Like, how can I still deem them worthy of love, even though I have to protect, and you have to protect yourself from their abuse. Like, people just understand, like, the message in here is, do not accept abuse. Distance yourself in the most in the ways in which you can do that, but don't tolerate abuse. Like, protect yourself. That doesn't mean you have to be lovey fluffy with every single situation and stuff in life, because people are abusive. That's a reality. That's something undeniable, and that's something unfortunate that we have to respond to in the most mature way and the most proper, efficient, and compassionate way we can, while still protecting ourselves, while still holding space for ourselves. And even if that means I'm not forgiving them, that is super wonderfully valid. That's completely okay. That's completely okay. Even if it means I don't want to deal with them for the rest of my life, with the situation, group, company, whatever job, even if it means I will never forgive them, even if it means I will never do anything about them, I never want to hear about them, and I never want to even think about the remnants of some sort of compassion, because they don't effing deserve it. You know what? I support you completely in that feeling. if you know that's the case, I support you completely in that feeling. It's your right, it's your choice, and I love it. I love it. I want the best for you. I want the best that's there for you, even if it means you're not forgiving them. You know what? That's okay, because we're all having our different situations in life that we cannot uh, be super lovey and sunshine, gums and roses, you know. That is okay, and that's welcome. That's welcome in here for the channel, in the comments, like whatever. Thanks for watching. That was intense, not gonna lie. And with 3 cards, only three cards. Yeah, that was funny, but um, the message was deep. Like if it didn't dig you to the core of your heart and your soul and to your subconscious, then I don't know what I did in here or why I did it in the first place. But yeah, do let me know what's the situation, where it's going, and how it's there for you, if you're okay, if everything is fine, and if you want to express, if you want to talk, if you want to, if you seek validation. I always say you have to give that to yourself first, but if you want, you could drop the comment. I've seen this countless times on my channel where the people experiencing stuff, they were writing this down in the comment section and they've got support. They've got the same people who were like connecting or who went through the same thing, horrible stuff. I'm very sorry for the things that people, like the negative ones that people go through. When I read the comments, my heart goes to you, especially in this situation and in situations that I'll be seeing. I hope everything is okay, and I hope you can connect and you can find the support with the like-minded people in the comment section. Okay. Love you, and we'll be there for you in my readings, and outside we'll be thinking about you, and we'll be definitely reading the comments if I don't get back to them immediately, and it could be even like some weeks. I'm sorry for that. um, when you see lack of activity from my side, it's usually because I'm overwhelmed, so I want to drop that there so you get like for the future as well. I am present to the most of my capacity, but when my life calls my presence and I cannot use it for something else, it's kind of, you know. But I'm thinking of you, okay? You're in my thoughts and you are in like the best of the things that I want to create. So don't forget that. Don't feel lonely. Because if you don't have anyone else, know that the readings here share a fragment of my care for you. If you wanna subscribe to my channel, go ahead. Watch the previous videos I have on my channel if you also want as well. Consider donating to my channel or my missions. Missions. Oh my god, I'll have more missions. Yay, yeah, as if I don't have enough. But if you want, you can donate for the channel, for the mission. If not, that is okay. No force. No, I will not demand anything, because serving and helping you out is the most fulfilling thing. And yeah, I think that's all. Don't forget to like the video as well, and I really hope to see you in the future readings. Take care now, pile number 1. Bye. Okay, now we are on to pile number 2. The question stands still. What you need to urgently know, or what the urgent messages you need to know. You have the second pile with Pearly leaf earring, and you have the first card, which is kind of a cornerstone for this reading. It's the King. Now, what you have written on this card, the King, it's control reversal of fortune in reverse. Given the circumstances that we have in here, this Pearly earring, I feel like we're talking about, or we are talking right now to a person who's very pure. Again, I don't know, this is very funny because it's a very much so a reoccurring message on my channel. But it's a very, like, I love it. Every single time I meet this energy, I love it. It's a very, how you'll resonate, it's you are a very non-interferent pile. You mind your own business, you want to flourish on your own, you don't need what's not yours, you don't take what's not yours, You also like to thrive and flourish, and even are generous with that energy. Even you are very giving with that energy. I pick up on various crazy stuff right now because the king in reverse, I feel like this is relating to a situation, person, group, company that failed. Okay. The king in here, if it would have been upright, I would feel as though, the person and you are separate, whatever. In this case, it's as if, this broken sword, with crown, like some sort of person got a huge tower moment. You remain unaffected somehow. Like what they have to face right now is very difficult and very negative. What you urgently need to know is that you are retaining your purity, you are retaining your status, you are retaining your, like, yeah, it's very similar to pile number one, but in a different way, where it feels like, someone got like used to some sort of status in here with the king. Someone, even like this card was in the center, like in the center of the whole picture, from even the pile selections. It feels like we're dealing in here with an adversary person from your life, in your surroundings, that occupied a very important space or occupied a very noisy space. It's as if this person was taking the whole, was taking a huge chunk in your life. Was like, it's as if their participation was very strong in your life. Their participation was, 70-80% of your life. This person occupied like a space it shouldn't have been, or this person, company, situation, group occupied a too close type of place where it was not deserved. I sense in here with the sword being directed at this pearl, as though there was like an attack, there was like a sort of attack in here. It's as if they wanted to hold you accountable for something, but what happened was they got held accountable for something. And it's as if their whole status is miserably broken. I feel like this person is ashamed. I feel like this person is dealing with like the shams and the fragments and the fragmentation, like some sort of fragmentation in their life. Like everything, it's almost as if everything is shattering. Everything is losing its composure. Their stability, their composure is being shattered in the most unfortunate way. I want to say it's as if we have this energy of the person losing control. If that's applicable to you, I feel like you're stable, but this person is completely the opposite. This person is in storms, and what's being targeted in here is their like status. I feel like this person was heavily attached to their status, to their ego, to their identity. And it could be in here that we have this emperor energy in reverse. It's also the sword, it's the symbolism of power and assault and action and even violence. It could be in here. I see this person plotting, or they have been plotting some sort of negativity in your direction. It could be even action related, and it backfired. It backfired, and it even, I want to say, it's very strange how it backfired in such a way that it has taken, the hilt in here from the sword is intact, but the extremity of the sword when it comes to the direction of you, which is the pearl earring, it's being shattered, it's being missing. It's as though this person lost a half of their dignity. It's as though the person lost a half of their even willingness to be active anymore. It's as though the person lost something that, they were praising. Like the person, it's as if the person praised themselves on their like physical prowess, and it's as though they lost it for some reason in here. It's as if it was taken from them, and it's because they directed it at you, some sort of thing like that. I feel like this person, what you need to know right now is lost, is this person is horribly and desperately holding on to their resources, to their money, to their finances, to their status, to what's left, and they want to fiercely protect it. It's like they want to, you know, when a person is holding so much things, so many things that they cannot even fully hold everything together. That's the same feeling in here. Like, this person like desperately clings and grasps everything right now that's in their life, and they like want to hold on to it. It's literally that's what's coming through in here. I feel like you're not only this person feels like they're going to be distanced from your life. I not only feel as though this person is no longer like, the placement of this card is hilarious. It's in when I saw the it's very strange how I can relate these messages to every single detail I see in here, but um, initially the card was in the center when it was filmed, I suppose, if I remember correctly. Right now, the card is being like a bit outside of the circle of the pattern from the cloth, and it's as if the sword or the card attempted to assault the in your direction, like in the pearl, like in the pearl's direction. And if you can properly see in here, I'll try to make it very clear in the photo of the image, like for the reading. Um, it fired up, like the section where the card got outside of the circle, it fired up. It's like with this rosy warm color. It's as though the person like paid. I see this card drifting off from the center of your life. That means I see this person drifting off from your life and them occupying so much space. I see you somehow pulling this person out of your life and them losing. I don't want to say everything, but it feels like they're losing everything. Yeah, it's very, very strange as a message, to be honest. But I feel like, you are intact, okay? And by the simple fact that they tried to take that action in your direction, they got pulled out of their comfort. They got pulled out of their whole security in this case, and they lost the crown. You see how this crown in reverse, it's if it would have been in upright, the crown would be on top of the hilt. It would seemingly float, or it would be even mounted on the hilt of the sword. Well, in this case, it feels like the crown is falling. That means I see in here status lost. I see in here influence and reputation being lost, and it's shredded. I feel like this person is losing stuff from various like areas of their life. If this is not a situation, if this is not a person, it could be a situation, a job, a group of people, or a company. It could be whatever, but um, yeah, I see also in here like a sort of I remained intact. Okay, I remained intact. I didn't lose anything. I see in here neutrality being reestablished, but it's in your case. I feel peace for this pile. I feel like, you you didn't you don't have to, or you will not have to go in the same like drastic things that this person employed, or this person did, or this person had to go through. You know what you need to know right now urgently. You have the temperance in reverse. This pile will be subject to a lot of impatience and will be thinking that I have to be doing something, I have to do something, I have to do something, I don't know what to do. Or I have to employ something, I have to employ a tactic, I have to employ and trigger an action or something. Um, the most reasonable action in here, I would see it as being passivity. Maybe, or it could be that it doesn't resonate for every single one of you, and that's not the message entirely. But with the temperance, you have to calm down with the emotions or with the situation itself for you to see clearly what's going on. And what you need to know that is that with the temperance in reverse, you have to be careful about the road of route of action that you employ, because you have to make it really calculated in a way, but you have to make it on a clear head. You have Three of Cups in reverse. It's a general inkling to not expose and to not socialize a lot in this period of time, and to dedicate the situation the most refined and the most presence you can, or like invite a lot of rest and peace into your life right now, and not socialize, because I see this Three of Cups as you suspecting some sort of people. They wear masks, and you being like very somehow like at peace with yourself, but these people are like celebrating whatever. Don't say info to them. Don't, if you're going to be invited to a celebration or something, don't exteriorize, like don't even expose or vocalize a lot of stuff that you know. Don't trust. This is a situation, or this is like something of an information in here that you know of, that has to remain with yourself for now. And this is something that you have to hold on to dearly somehow. Yeah, it's almost as if you are to say, if you are to mention or even say anything in this case with the Three of Wands, it's as if there would be an irreversible consequence or irreversible thing that would impede or cut something out of your future. So I would be very careful about that. Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you should be you have a lot of information you should be keeping to yourself. This is not a time for announcements. This is not a time for exposing your plans, what you are going to do, what you think you're going to do, or what you are aiming for, or what you are interested in creating further. Because I would feel like this would create obstacles into your future, and I would feel like also this would it feels like, I don't know how this person, how these people could influence your future, but it's something about like keep your successes to yourself. Keep your ideals, keep your directions in life to yourself, because these people, I don't feel like they should know anything. Yeah, fortunately or not, but this is the message in here. What else you should urgently know? Ten of Cups in reverse. My God, this is a very strong message of, if you think that you're never gonna experience something, never say never, because this is a card of you don't know where it's gonna come from. You don't even expect it, but it's gonna come to you when you least expect it. But it's don't create plans, don't create like too many like detailed plans into your life, or how everything is going to pan out, or how or who is going to come into your life and what you're going to do. Don't do that. Don't do that kind of stuff, because you don't even know where it's gonna come out of. But I want to say with the Ten of Cups, this is emotional fulfillment. You don't know where it's gonna come from. You don't know the form and the context and the circumstances in which this will visit you, but it will visit you, and it will feel like it's unbelievable. Okay, this situation you're going through, or you are, I don't know how it's related to you, it's very temporary. It's something that you are meant to pass through, integrate, and go further. Six of Swords. Yeah, everything is gonna happen like on its own, by its own route, or by its own means, or by its own logic, and you just have to go with the flow and with the most logical like decision ever in here. Notice how every single card in here is in reverse. Yeah, I feel like I should be asking myself that, but not you. But this is not, this is a message of don't go further, don't go further, don't do stuff, don't, if you don't feel like it, don't take action on stuff that you feel like it's not the right timing for. Don't employ tactics and stuff where you don't feel like you are capable of advancing further. And don't think that if you're not going to take action, like something will not create or not pan out in a very good way. This is a message of confirmation for your pile, that you don't have to stress over, yeah, Seven of Cups, over decisions in here. If you don't feel like taking a decision or making a decision, it's something that you should respect, and you should be like Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yeah, it's I want to say, yeah, every single card, oh my God, is in reverse. What's going on? This pile feels like, if I'm not gonna say the right thing at the right moment, everything could be ruined. This is not true. You have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You have to let it somehow happen, let it slide, and trust it. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it's saying like, um, you are not necessarily in control in here, but that doesn't mean that this is a bad thing. You're not necessarily in control in here, but it doesn't mean that you have to employ control set so that everything goes into the right direction. And this is also a card saying that, you will be called in the right times to do the right actions, but if you don't, you'll be given a second chance or something like this. Well, this is a very encouraging message because with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like this is coming through as something of a catastrophizing mindset in your case, and you feel responsible, you feel hyper responsible to make a decision in this context. Well, at least the cards, what I can say in here, like with the Ten of Wands, it's it's the situation that makes it so that it's as though there is no absolute like answer to what's going on, but I can say you can do the most right thing with the given circumstances in the present moment, and that's the most happy thing or the most efficient thing that you could do. Yeah, you have justice. Yay, that's a wonderful card to have in the reading, especially in this case. Trust that everything will be taken care of and everyone will be held accountable. Okay, this is not a message like you don't have to think that justice will not be served if you are not going to employ the right tactics or the right action or the right thing, or if you're not going to do the right thing, whatever. Okay. um what else you should know? Five of Wands. Yeah, it's again in reverse. It's as though the situation itself is going to be resolved on its own course in its own way, and it's as though you you make it so you make it so that you think that you have to remember everything that happened. Well, it's not really true that you have to remember everything. It's as though the person in here in pile number two tries to accumulate as much information or to remember as much information as possible, with the thinking that, if I'm not going to remember this, then the person is not going to be held accountable. You don't have to rely on your memory to understand that the people who did you wrong will be held accountable. You have strongly justice in here. Like, it's a very cleansing energy. What you'll be faced with and how you'll understand that justice is right now being served live, basically. It's you will see a period of transition or a period of stagnation or neutrality in your life in such a way or to such an extent that basically, it will feel like, something is happening. I'm participating in it, but it kind of goes in its own way. This is not like going to brighten your day or something, but in the long run, you're going to realize that you'll be having passive, like optimistic news or something like this, or everything is going to be reestablished, even though you didn't remember who or what was held accountable, or if they should have been. Two of Pentacles, like this, these cards are saying like relax. Pile number two, relax. Okay, every person is going to be pay exactly for what they wanted or did not want, thought. Everything is going to be, yeah, Eight of Cups. This is negativity going outside of your life with the Eight of Cups. I feel like you've had or you have stagnant energy into your present life moment situation that's leaving your life because this is no longer entertaining for it. Okay, that's like the sort of message that's going through. It's yeah, let me check also. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. You could go or you might experience shortage of resource right now. This is something I feel like it's temporary, or it even makes it so that the situation is seeming to be dire. Or it could be that you would feel scarce, or you'd feel like you don't have enough, or you don't know if you'll have abundance long term, or you don't feel like, you're not quite confident if it's gonna work. Queen of Pentacles. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. You have the Five of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. You know what? Pile number two, you have to know it like urgently. Um, I see in here, like right now, you're in the energy of the Five of Swords. What this means is, my God, it feels like you are in such an energy right now that you feel scarce, you feel emotionally triggered, you feel emotionally scarce even, or you feel as though the circumstances or something is against you, and you feel not like this abundant Queen of Pentacles. You don't feel calm. You could be on edge right now. It would feel as though the person watching pile number two would be on edge or triggered or be out of their comfort right now psychologically. Well, I asked specifically what the Ten of Pentacles, and even you got the of Cups. This pile feels like, I will never gonna be emotionally fulfilled, or it could be family related with finances. Like, I will never feel emotionally and um, financially stable or fulfilled. With the Queen of Pentacles, I want to say everything will be reestablished. The Queen of Pentacles in here shows a very content person with a level of comfort. I see like a person who's like sitting in a chair from this representation in their comfort zone and saying, yeah, it panned out in the most like comforting way for me possible. Like, even you have Four of Cups, you'll feel like you'll feel so abundant at some point that you are going to remember this moment where you felt like lacking and whatever, and even like the abundance is going to be on such a level that you're going to feel like it's boring. Okay, like you it's a bit of an extreme message, but you'll feel as though you'll have so much. Nine of Cups, yeah, it will be so much at some point, like the amount will be there, like will be present into your life. This is the feeling when you have the fridge full of food. Okay, it will feel like at times so full that you are not even going to care about it anymore, or it would feel like, it's a subject, or it's like a domain of life that you no longer fret or stress about. And this is so funny, like you could even feel bored about it at some point. You know how something is sorted out. For example, if you have a very good relationship, for example, you trust this person, you could read them and you understand that this person is truly on your side. It's that period of time when you have something else that's taking your attention, and you're not even thinking about this person, or you trust this person so much that you don't even contact them, and you know that the relationship is intact. Literally this pile with finances. Okay, that's something of a theme that you will sort out, you will make it work, and it will be something that you will leave in the category of, yeah, it's something that's working for me. And and this, like, I don't want to sugarcoat or something. Like, I want you to understand this is just enough for you specifically. This is enough for clothing, this is enough for like even entertainment. So this is not like the craze in here, the rush and the conflict in here that's arising from this situation with the king card in reverse, maybe present moment related. It's something that's vampirically taking a lot of thing or a lot of stuff from your psyche, from your present moment, from your will to live, from your uh, later on, when this situation will dissipate, you will feel very refreshed. Very refreshed to such an extent that you'll have energy, quite a lot of it, by the way. Okay, now, difficult situation you don't know answers to. This pile feels somehow left in the dark. This pile feels like they are like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what will pan out. I don't know what is the right. Just leave this for now. Just leave it, and leave it to the last moment when you have the most clarity. That's something I urge you to do in here with this pile, because to demand answers, to demand directions for this pile would be cruel. I want to say. It's to demand some sort of action course or whatever would be kind of cruel from to expect from this pile, because this pile genuinely doesn't know. And the space, like, or God, the universe knows it, and it sends you people, it sends you circumstances and stuff that would direct you and would say to you, like, look. And how you'll recognize this, like, you'll have suspension, and it will come to you in the last moment and say, like, this is the right thing to do. Okay, that's how I feel. It's sometimes there are processes into our life that shouldn't be messed with, shouldn't be necessarily like tampered with. So yeah, it's something I feel like, don't seek an answer to that question when you don't have the full puzzle present. So the difficult situations you don't know, there are things you don't have to know, and there are things that will pan out in your favor with or without your participation. Um, the difficulty in here maybe lies more in you being at peace with yourself, and you like acting in the most like proper or um, positive, or like what's the right thing to do. Okay, that would be the guiding light for you. Let me pull a card for safe passage just to be certain about it. Safe passage. Eight of Swords. Yeah, sometimes there are situations where you have to be stagnant. Sometimes there are delays that you have to accept. Sometimes there are moments in life where you have to stay silent, just stay still, especially with the information. Don't share a lot of information with people. Sometimes even with yourself, you have to give yourself the space to not know like what's in fault. You have to give yourself the permission to, yeah. Nine of Swords. You are heavily emotionally solicited right now. I feel like you are going to wake up in the morning and say, like, I don't know what to do next. Know this, however, it's okay to seek clarity in emotions. It's okay to settle down with emotions and then create a plausible action plan. Um, the High Priestess. Oh my god, my favorite card. The High Priestess in reverse. Again, you don't have to know everything. You'll have, and you will know exactly what you need to know in the moment you need to know it. And also, don't let the situation steer you away from your intuition. Don't let the situation or the emotions, because they are not settled right now, to steer you away from your inner guidance in this context. Um, the safe passage for you would be the intuition that's going to tell you what to do when the emotions are settled, and when you're more clear, or when you are feeling more like, I see the situation how it is and I can make some changes. Okay. Surroundings. The Hermit in reverse. Bitter people, lonely, very lonely people with Hermit, isolated people, desperate people, and bitter people in life, and bitter for life, like bitter somehow when it comes to, like, you have some pitiful here, like pitiful people in here, unfortunately, or not, I don't know. I feel pity for people in your surroundings, because I've gotten here like sort of a multiple people who are lost in life and they don't know what to do. But I seen here also victimhood with Hermit, when the person is being literally faced with what they have to deal with, and like victimhood, like them blaming everything and everyone. Knight of Swords. Yeah, you've gotten here someone who's very angry. You've gotten here someone who's very violent. But what's the Three of Swords? Yeah, unexpressed stuff, unexpressed emotion. But I want to say it will feel like, even the person could approach you very closely, or the person could be at a very, like, this person would almost feel as though they would be at a half of a meter, like close to you, but they won't, like, you'll be so protected, this person won't be even be able to give you a negative glance. However, inside of them, they are boiling. Okay. Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, someone has in here some unexpressed anger, desperation, vulnerability, and severe, like harsh stuff that's on their heart, that's they're waiting to be expressed, but they cannot because you're protected. yeah, you have distanced from yourself from a situation, from someone, and they have lost everything because of it. Yeah, that's something. Um, saving grace, saving grace, saving grace, saving grace. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you'll be helped by someone in here. This could be, because it's a page, it could be a young person. This could literally be someone who shows up into your life, helps you out, and then they're either there or they're gone, but their help is like absolutely essential. With the Page of Pentacles, this is a person who might be younger than you, or this is a seemingly younger person, but they are wiser, or they are not even that, but they have the answers in the situation you are in that you don't know of, and this person is very much so informed. I feel like this person could even aid you financially in here, because this is the Page of Pentacles, or they could offer you some sort of advice or support that will further help you out, and that would change the situation and will take you out of your indecision. Okay. Yeah, I clarified the card and it got the Emperor in reverse. I feel like this person will lead you out of a situation related to an emperor or a male figure or someone who was very harshly treating you, and this person will give you a safe route out of it. This like comes like a savior of sorts. It's very interesting, by the way. Um, yeah, and one last card, Nine of Wands in reverse. You are healing. You're going to be healing from this situation, and it will feel like Earth and we are saying like, we have like this idiomatic like phrase, but it's going to feel like very different. It will feel as though, you know, you exited a fog. You went out of a fog, you transformed the situation. Seven of Wands, you will no longer defend yourself. Yeah, it's a precipice of great change, but it will feel like it's not abrupt. It will feel like very slow paced improvements that will benefit you in the most fortunate way possible in here. Okay, I think that's all, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel, check out the old videos as well. Please do let me know in the comments if this is your situation, what's going on, and I feel like I will have explosions in the comment section, because this will resonate with very specific situations or people, and you're going to be like, yeah, I don't even understand what's going on, but yeah, it could be about you, by the way. And I'm most delighted for you to share your story in the comment section if you want. If not, that's also fine. Okay. um don't forget to like, comment. Yeah, I said that. No need to repeat. If you want to donate for my channel, for my mission, for my people, um with the with the donations, I will be creating and helping the readings. So yeah, it will help me create more readings. Yeah, you got the idea. Oh my god, I'm a bit tired, but yeah. If you don't want to donate, that's completely fine. I just have to to notify and say that across my readings, so that people know that there is an option like this. So thanks for your support in any way, shape, or form you provided to the channel, to me. I hope to see you in the future readings, and do let me know with updates like what's going on and how the situation panned out for you. You can feel free to go back to this reading and tell me after, I don't know, half of a year, months, or a year, or how much time you need, or how much time it will unfold. I feel like in the present moment when you find this, or maybe, I don't know, for some of you even in the future, or if this is distant, like past, you'll find it unfolding in different like dates of time and periods of time. But do let me know how it panned out for you if you want. If not, that's also fine. But I'm just curious to know how it resonated for you. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the future readings. Take care. Okay, welcome, pile number 3. Seems like all of the piles today are going through, or yeah, something about the energies relating to your piles are making everything very intense. Is making everything intense? I don't know. What you should know urgently, pile number 3, you have the vengeance, overcoming slights, a choice in reverse. Okay. Now, this card, I don't even remember whether it was upright or in reverse. I feel like both could be could be applicable to the situation or relevant. Okay, now the message you should know is you are heavily plotted. Okay, I don't like this message. Yeah, um, targeted somehow, but it feels like every single time I was channeling this energy, it was the same message. It will fail, it will fail, it will fail. It has already failed. Very, very interesting. I feel like you are feeling like you are a target to some sort of negativity, and it feels very undeniable. It feels very defined as an energy again. It feels very unavoidable somehow. Okay. Now, the good news in this is the fact that it will not work out. Whatever it is that's being projected at you, thrown at you, it will fail. Something tells me the plan has very much so like flaws. Okay, the plot against you has some very considerable flaws, or the vengeance, it's on the brink, and it's like it's as if the energy, it's so chaotically directed at you that it fails, and it's too explosive, and the way in which it is being directed at you, it's not working, it's not gonna work. There is like an element of you being fearful, not gonna lie. This pile, you will resonate with it when you specifically have something, someone, or a group of something that you know is targeting you. Now this pile knows very strongly who this is, who they are. um, and I want to say, don't fear it. Okay, don't fear it, because there is, I see like a grand plan or a grand plot, but it's a discrepancy because the grandness of it's huge. It's a very big plan somehow, but the discrepancy, it's like it's as big as it's actually imaginary, and it's as big, and it's as if it's not gonna happen. Okay, you know when you hear it's too good to be true. Like in this case, the plot in here, or the negativity that's being directed at you, it's like too bad to be true. And I think that this is in and of itself a very good thing, because it is a message that's coming to say, you are safe. Like whatever happens, you are safe. Okay. This is like a message also that makes it seem, or makes me feel like you are under a protection. Okay, like you are being protected, even though the exterior is like a lot of dogs barking. Like literally, it's like it almost feels like they are on the doorstep. Okay, it will feel as though the danger is so close that it's unavoidable, but it's actually not. Like they're never gonna step the line. Okay. Well, what I find very puzzling about this pile is the reality and the actual message that I'm conveying, because arbitrarily or like subjectively, you would say, like, this will resonate with the people who say, like, I know who my haters are. I know that the situation is not that great, but I feel like, in and of itself, the vase that she chose for, or the tooth that she chose for pile number 3, this is an incense holder, so it's like that beautiful like smell that's coming from like within it. It will never like dissipate. Like, oh my god, I know this is a strange message. It's kind of funny though. Like, okay, let me translate it to you. It feels like you will not perish. That's literally the message I'm trying to say in here. Even though it will seem like it's the end of the world. Okay, or it seems like it's the end of the world. I feel like you are majorly like somehow targeted for negativity in this case, and everything looks like, and it's panicking, and it's making you feel like it's game over. It's gonna be like bad. Okay. I see in here pessimism. I see in here literally something very closely related to the dark night of the soul. And I feel the like we have the anchor in here. I feel like you are afraid of losing like something very dear or everything in this case. Well, what I want to say in here, we have the polar opposites in here, the hand that's in the dark and the hand that's like reaching out from the sky somehow, but it's in reverse in here. I feel like you are standing right now in your perception in this negativity that's heavily affecting you, or the filter that's being placed in your perception over your perception of things. And you cannot understand or hold or see stuff that's beyond that, beyond that blackness that's being surrounded, that's surrounding you, this or the situation that you're in right now. But what is like a very good news in here is the severing in here. It's as though the person or the circumstance will not even be able, or will not get in time to um, fulfill their vengeance, because the tie is going to be severed. Okay, we do have in here that rope that's being severed literally, and it's a red rope. It reminds me of the legends from either China or Japan, where you know people could be karmically or could be tied like with a red rope or something like this. Symbolically it represents a tie that's like fate related, and it breaks in here. It could be liberation from a karmic relationship, but from your stance right now, from your vision right now, it could seem like it's the opposite. Okay, it would seem like you would never, or you will never reach out and end this situation. I want to say it's gonna end, and it's gonna end not even by your own intervention. It will end by itself somehow. Um, a choice, and a choice in reverse. It's like you won't even have to choose. Okay, or something about the vengeance or the plot that's being directed at you is going to miserably fail because it will not reach you. It will not reach you in time. I feel like this is the case also. I feel like you are going to experience some sort of being saved somehow with this hand in here, and like you don't even know where this is going to come from, but I do see in here uplifting energy showing up like practically out of nowhere. What's also worthy to mention in here is that you are in a very powerful, unfortunately, lack mentality right now, but it's completely fine and it's completely valid, because it's a period of time where you are like recuperating, or you are integrating, or you are working on something that's coming to resolution. I feel like this pile is headed into something very, very great, but it's something that you cannot currently conceptualize because of the state you are in, or because of it makes me feel like it's a catastrophe or of sorts. I don't know why, but it's like a situation that's weighing you down, or that's heavily impacting your present moment perception, or your present moment, like even hope or optimism. You have in here the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. These are both very, very stable cards in comparison to the energy I first read. And what I want to say, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest card into the tarot, but it is also the most productive, or the most, like, let's say, money-wise abundant card ever. And it's being accompanied by the King of Pentacles. That is in and of itself a very strong message you should know about, that you're going to be financially stable, or that things related to finance are going to improve drastically. They're not going to improve drastically right now, but I do see in here a very slow, considerate, like, slope of prosperity, or like, these spikes in the graph, they're not going to be like at first in your life experience, but over the long term, yet yeah, they're present in here. Like you're going to experience in here, like it could even mean status out of the finances aspect. And yeah, it's something strongly suggesting like do not assess your stability based on the situation that you're presently in at right now. Yeah, we also have the Devil card. Not surprising, to be honest, because this is strongly related to the Vengeance card and to the things that are happening around you right now. My God, it will feel like you are being surrounded by the people, the circumstances. This could even be work related, maybe, or who knows, really. But the thing that's being present into your life right now, it's very, very cruelly playing with your emotions and like cruelly trying to throw you into the despair pit. And it's making you doubt yourself, it's making you doubt everything, okay? And we also have the Hermit in reverse. Yeah, it would make sense because that energy seems to be circling and it's like creating like a vortex around you. That's like the only solution in here I would see is like the severing that's happening in the image of the vengeance. But that is something that came to a boil, like a situation that was not very beneficial to you, and it was like it suddenly was flashed. It suddenly became very it got inflared somehow, you know. And the devil in here, like it's like you knowing the situation was bad and you somehow predicting how bad it will be, and now like you are in that prediction, okay? And the Hermit in reverse, I want to say don't create like what you want to know urgently. Don't create assumptions, don't think much about the situation or the future right now, because it seems like the situation, like the negativity in here, is strongly draining you, is powerfully and very much so strongly draining your life force in here. Like unfortunately, I don't like the message. It's not very like fluffy whatever, but it's severely draining your energy in this case. It's almost like the energy I see when someone is anticipating some sort of punishment, or someone is anticipating something to fall on their head, something like this. And the Ace of Cups, like you most definitely feel right now out of your zone, out of your comfort zone, emotionally wise, very much so. I want to say invest every single little energy you've got on self preservation and self, like restoring harmony with yourself. Okay. King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, everything that's good is headed into your life, but after this period of stagnation. You know, this pile also reminds me of the situation where, for example, you know how, for example, some person goes to a doctor and they say, you know, you have this problem, you know, and they start giving you medication, for example, and yeah, I repeated that too much, too many times. But they give you the medicine, and it starts to get worse. Okay, the pain is there. Like it's the first phases where the medicine is taking effect, and it's the most jarring, the most like peak negative experience. I feel like this pile is purging, literally purging. Like you are purging some sort of dark energy in here with the devil. It's something that followed your life for a very long time, and it's time for you to purge it. And the signs that this is happening, it's the level of discomfort that you might be experiencing right now. And please do let me know what's happening, because I've never seen such cards in here like with such intensity. What you need to know, Six of Cups, you're going to be strongly helped, assisted. You will have people who will not leave you, who will not leave your side, who will not basically, you will not feel alone. You know, now I've seen the Hermit there, so it will feel as though you are alone. You're never gonna be understood, or there is no person on this earth who's going to understand you. Now, hear me out. as you integrate that dark energy, you are going to slowly but surely face the Six of Cups. This will also feel as though people are coming back from the past, the good ones. You'll have the friends who are going to assist you, and things are not going to be as dire as they are right now. This pile is also prone to some sort of catastrophizing or thinking about the future, and thinking that either you or a person ruined your future, or someone you trusted betrayed you, and now your future is covered, or your future is basically ruined, or there is no changing course. This is all a lie, I want to say, and I will explain to you why. Two of Swords. You're focusing right now in such an energy and such an intensity that you could be throwing so much fuel into the idea that you have lost, or that you don't know what to do, or the future is no longer working, that it basically fuels this scenario, okay? Six of Wands in reverse. Yeah, it's as though you're snatching the victory from yourself and you're throwing it at the feet of the what did not work, or the situation that basically made you lose, or how you thought the situation made you lose. This is very strong, like strongly like a negative thing that I sense in here, and that you are like focusing around in a very like powerfully negative way. But whether you like it or not, the Six of Swords means you are going to be shifted or brought into movement, whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not. You are going to be faced or given the road to basically advance forward. Six of Swords. Now, when I remember the Six of Swords from the description of the books, it reminds me of the message, this is an unwilling trip, or this is an unwilling like move or a change. It might feel as though there will be situations where you got used to something and now you have to move on, or the situation changes and now you have to act differently. Pile number 3, remember that your abundance and your future are not in danger. Okay, remember that sometimes focusing on those could be a bit detrimental, and remember that there is hope in here with the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. This will not be right away, but you will recover and you will come back to even greater amounts and levels of abundance that you didn't even know were actually your birthright. This is powerfully coming through into the reading, and I wouldn't have said that if I didn't have like the two very strong like Pentacles card from the Pentacles suit, which are basically the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. I'm sorry for stuttering into this reading. I may have made like some mistakes, but I'm a bit tired. It's okay though, like it's just fascinating. Yeah, the Magician, you feel as though you have given up, or not even given up. You feel like someone stole your future, okay? This will feel like this. It will feel like you are going to say to me, like, Michael, my future got taken away from me by a person, by a circumstance. I do sense in here victimization, which is completely fine given the circumstance. That's all right. That's the reality of it. Nine of Cups, it's like you've got restricted or restrictions in general, like from a circumstance, a group, someone in here, and you're feeling like they have snatched your comfort, okay? What you should know. The Empress, yeah. What you should know powerfully in this context, it's this is not the life that is bringing you the stuff that you want. This is you bringing the stuff you want because you resonate with it. I want to say, I want to explain to you what I mean by it. It's basically, if you place one person in a group of people, and if you place another person in another, like in the exact same group of people, like selectively or in turns, you will realize that the results, the actual, like, not even results, the actual relationships and the situations that were triggered or that took place with one person and the other were completely different. You will understand by this example that you being placed in whatever situation, you create the abundance yourself. It's like a bitter person, a negative person, if they're going to be introduced in a circle of people, they're going to be treated like this because they exude that same level of energy. Well, if you are going to be placed in a group of people, you're going to reap the results of the energy that you exude. And that is in and of itself like a very reassuring message for pile number 3 is you've got the Empress. The Empress has everything she needs in the present moment. When she needs it, it appears, it shows itself up. And if not, like, and this is no BS, like, it's not necessarily BS, like manifestation, whatever, because things like this can happen. Like, I'm very open to it, but I want to say there is a mentality in here that's being followed by the Empress card. That means basically you can create it because it's in your mentality to bring abundance to the table. A person with a lacking mindset will invite more lack into their life. Well, with you, it's not only you can bring abundance into your life, you can also bring high quality relationships into your life. You can bring comfort and atmosphere and a lot of things because the Empress kind of has a little bit of everything in its in her energy, in its like the card itself. There is something about this pile making me feel like you have forgotten who you are. There is something about being sucked into this energy to such an extent that you no longer understand who you are, who you want to be, who you want to. Like, it's like literally when I say you will feel like your future is being snatched, you will be so engulfed in some sort of negativity right now. It will feel like, life is a chaos or something like this, or it's as if someone dictated a lot of conditions and rules upon your life, and you have somehow got used to it to such a powerful and sad extent that you no longer saw or you no longer understood who you are. Okay, this is the like a very strong message, especially right now. Like, someone messed with your feelings, someone messed with your emotions, and they deliberately did so. Okay, with the devil in here, it's either they did so deliberately, it could be aggression in here, also with the Knight of Swords. Either they got like up in such a toxic energy that it basically backfired. Okay, backfired upon them, and or it basically burst out. Okay, I feel like the contrast, like in here you've got especially like a very negative person. I don't know who this is. You can be like you are the judge for that, but the Empress in here, it's almost like because of a person, because of the fear you feel or you've got, you have forgotten about who am I in this life, what I want, like what I truly want, like how I want to expand, how I want to grow. Everything got swept away because you tried to accommodate a person, an energy, a group of people, or like a company, whatever resonates with you, a circumstance. Like, you have sacrificed everything on the altar of this negative person, and right now it came to liberate you. The rope is severed in here, like and slowly you're going to experience things coming back to you. You're also going to be seeing that you were imprisoning yourself somehow and that you gave away your power with this magician, and there will be like such the sun in reverse. Yeah, no, that's interesting. You will see in life that you played also a role in your like somehow imprisoning yourself, and that happiness, or that, I don't want to make it seem like this message is like, you took away your happiness, you're responsible for everything. No, I want to say I have a great degree of resonance with that pile as well. But what I want to also mention in here you will discover ways in which you're going to be happy again, and you will have to relearn that same exact process. You'll have to go through it again. Like rediscovering here, it's gonna be like an experience of sorts where I don't know how to listen to myself. I have to rediscover that. And with the sun, you're going to be seeing the discrepancy between what you previously enacted upon and what you're currently doing, and how it is liberating to live by your own rules. Basically, that's the message. King of Wands, Queen of Wands in reverse. It's like for a very long time you have suppressed your own desires and your own rules and your own aspirations or your own directions in life, or you have like somehow sacrificed something for the sake of something else. That would also resonate with some of you. Now the subdivisions, I almost forgot about them. Okay, difficult situation that you don't know answers to. The difficult situation in here is being represented by, in and of itself, the state of the emotions that you are in. Literally, it feels like it fell onto you, or it fell upon your life, and now you have to deal with it, though you don't want it, or you don't like it, or you're not going to do it, or you're like sick of it. Okay. I feel like you're asking yourself over and over again, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? The answer in here somehow lies in proper action at the proper time or in the right time. But everything that's related to action has to be made on a cold head, if you understand what I mean. You should do like the answers to your difficult questions lie in the whole somehow pacifying your emotional state and letting the truth or letting the solutions come to mind as a result of this clarity that's awaiting you. I want you to understand that deeply at your core, you are the Empress, and the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles are only a manifestation of that abundance that's innate, that's belonging to you, that's something that you cannot escape, basically. You just suppressed it, like, and the reasons why you can drop in the comments, or it's completely fine because I can resonate with that message as well, but this could literally be Knight of Pentacles and King of Pentacles, real people who are going to be following you, or who are going to be somehow knocking at your door, metaphorically, or showing up into your life and basically assisting, aiding, or helping you out. And this will be a manifestation of that abundance, okay? Ten of Swords in reverse. Whatever the situation is, it's very temporary in nature. Trust me, it's literally the example of someone going through a crisis moment, and it's gonna feel like hell in the present moment. But as it will go away, it will drift away. I'm looking at the card and it shows like a ray of light. It's as if in here we also have divine intervention, Four of Pentacles reversed. You're going to be somehow rescued, okay? That's what I feel like. It's the four, like the Four of Pentacles in and of itself also is a very graspy and very solely individual lonely card, just like the Hermit in there, which is very close into the reading. But I want to say, like, you won't have to grasp for like crumbs or whatever. It's not gonna be that kind of experience, okay? Safe passage, basically, like what you can aim at in the reading in here, from the safe passage perspective, it's to ensure that you allow yourself to feel everything, to allow yourself to introspect, to allow yourself to settle down, and to respond to the situation in the most cold, mature, or in the most non-emotional way possible. But it's gonna be hard. You have in here the devil. This is like a deliberate situation that's so throwing you out of balance, and it's so directed at your emotions. It's really gonna be hard to do it, but I can most certainly say this is something that's within your power reach, so it's gonna pass. Nothing is permanent in life, even this is not. And I want to say you don't even have to cling to the idea that, nothing is permanent, not even the abundance. No, your abundance and your infinity of abundance, it's coming from within. It's not something that relies on the temporal aspect, not something that, like, the issues in here, the fights in here, everything that's related to the lack mentality, they are temporary. Your being, your soul is not temporary, and it irradiates that ray of abundance that's gonna come into your life when, like, it's gonna knock at your door, okay? Whether you believe it or not, Knight of Pentacles, this is like something, it could be long term related again, but it's something that you don't see coming, that's for sure. And the King of Pentacles, this is like the literal abundance representation in the reading, like, wonderful. Yeah, surrounding is in here were represented by the devil, or yeah, the Four of Wands. I could say that you have also people who have it somehow better, or maybe you have situations in life with relatives that maybe are not as identical to yours, but the surroundings in here with a of Wands, it's a relatively conflictual card in here from what I read. But this could be either like a celebration that's coming, or some sort of reunion that's coming, or something related. Even it could be a little bit false, it could be a little bit in the name of the celebration itself, but maybe you don't want to celebrate right now, okay? That's the energy. Yeah, Eight of Cups, you'll feel like retracting in your shell, or yeah, it will not feel like the greatest experiences of all time, but there will be some sort of forced reunion in here, like from relatives or something like this, or even a person you don't really like. But this is not going to be burdening you for like for a very long time. Saving grace in here lies in and of itself in the unexpected nature of how this can pan out, and the saving grace is also the unexpected help that you're going to receive, and also the saving grace is the clarity and the abundance and the attitude and the emotional clarity that's gonna come in a situation that was very dire. Ten of Wands in reverse, you're going to be dropping a lot of burdens that you're right now carrying, and this is going to be profoundly liberating. The saving grace in here, yeah, we have, is that, yeah, it's death, it's change, literally. Saving grace is change. You have to realize that there are situations, they have to pan out, there are situations that have to be felt, lived, and passed through. And you have to understand, bottom of the deck, Five of Pentacles, right now you are being faced with the worst of the worst, like worst case scenarios that you can possibly imagine. But yeah, Strength in reverse, Nine of Pentacles, this is the worst time to actually question, like question in the sense, like question your abundance. Like literally, it's like you're not performing right now the best. Like this is not a time for showing off your efficiency, or this is not a time to plan out or to make assumptions about your future. Right now is the time to integrate and to work directly with the issue that you are dealing with at hand. And this is not, it's not wise to go beyond and to wish or to control the future, okay? Could be that you try to even control the future with this reading, but you have to know the world, like it will hang out for as long as it should. You will even look back at the situation and even like think like, yeah, I shouldn't have judged it. I shouldn't have made assumptions of it, okay? That's what I'm seeing into the reading. So I think that's all. Let me like take some like an advice card, Judgment in reverse. Yeah. There is like a strong overarching message. You don't have to be, or you don't have to play God in a situation for it to pan out in your favor too, or you don't have to rely on your own forces to basically make something work. Okay. This is not to say that you should be inactive, but there are situations right now that are out of your control, and that you just have to work with what's possible. Like you just have to work with solely what's in your reach right now, what you can reach forward to, or what you can change from your side and make it constructive and productive because you like it, because you like being here, you like expressing here, all the good stuff like this. Wheel of Fortune. That's a wonderful card, especially it's because it's in reverse. In oh my god, because it's in upright. Um, I've seen this card in the previous reading in reverse, but it was something. It was different. Wheel of Fortune. How you will understand that this is literally the upright for you and the Wheel of Fortune. You will feel in life that you were lucky in the right time at the right place. You were lucky, and there is no exception that this luck is going to assist you even further, especially in the right, like in the present moment that you're in right now. Wheel of Fortune also says that despite you thinking that you are the victim, or maybe despite the thinking that you believe that you won't prevail, you might even prevail in such a way that you never dreamed of. Okay, I want to say strongly beyond everything that I read in here, God will not leave you. Like that's what I sense in here. The universe will not leave you perish. God will not leave you. God will not leave you alone. God will not leave you to disappear like that. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. For your pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to comment in to mention in the comment section what is going on, because all of the 3 piles today got some very distinct, very deep soul like level things that they are going through and that they should know. Okay, and I'm most curious to find out what's going on, because yeah, it's not every day that you'd see that kind of messages. And feel free to share if you want. If not, that's also okay. And I wanted to encourage you to do that, because you can find like-minded people in the comment section, and this could be like a very pleasant experience, and a reason to connect, and a reason to empathize and relate to each other's pains and similar situations. Okay, that's all for your reading pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to donate, go ahead. It's in the description or the comments, or both. If not, that's also fine. All the ways of support you're showing me, I'm very grateful for them, and it's my honor to be able to read to you. Thank you once again for watching, and I hope to see you in the future readings. Take care.